Morning all, welcome to another Chess 24 Banter Blitz. Okay, let's take the first challenge. I'll mute over here. Kaz, morning Kaz. Okay, a French defense. Tarash. I'll play the cautionary gambit. I think that's an interesting one. So basically, not playing f4, potentially letting the d4 pawn go soon. So yeah, it's kind of inspired me. Cautionary's gambit. He had a fantastic game with it, switching the queen across, which I adore. So it came from this cautionary gambit where, yeah, d4 isn't as protected as it could be. So, alright, this is a classic recipe. I think I'll try and delay that. Mind you, he just takes a knight b4. So maybe not. Maybe I'll just do this. Yeah, it doesn't seem too much point at the moment to try and prevent bishop a6. I think because CD, knight b4, bishop moves, bishop a6. And he's getting that diagonal with tempo, so my queen kind of would backfire, I think, if I had played queen e2 just then. But maybe, you know, if I play a3, then that makes a big difference, I think, that I can play queen e2. He can still play bishop a6 here to try and extinguish my nice bishop, but I'll keep it around. I suspect he might be concerned about it. Of course, I can't use e2, and he's got a nice bishop there, but this bishop's, I'm just keeping it around. Alright, very aggressive play. I played like this with black myself, and I remember someone just playing for g4. Try and hold up, because I think g4 from black undermines central squares. If this knight's kicked away from f3, then the pressure on the centre is increasing. As long as there's no rook h4, I think I can follow up with things like king g2, maybe knight f1 to g3. Okay, there could be a sack on e5. I'm hoping there isn't. Do I get time for knight g3? I don't really want to take a pawn in front of my king, particularly. I think the policy of trying to minimize some counterplay is a good one, especially for the first game, not to have it too hair-raising, if possible. But yeah, my opponent's played really super aggressive. Credit to him. Okay, so I'm trying to take some. I'm trying to put some pressure out on the king side. So this bishop is annoying. I wonder if it's itself a backfireable target. If I played like b4, AB, I'm hitting that bishop, and it might be a victim to a b5 threat. His queen's probably making its way to making her way to h3. So I got to get my stuff. Mind you, there's knight h5, then there's f5. I think I've got to get my stuff away from the first rank to be able to support rook h1. So that's why I'm going to start doing that. Bishop c2, and then rook h1 is possible on queen h6. So queen f8. Bishop c2, queen h6, rook h1. I don't think I should mind an exchange. Oh, well, the knight's protecting. Oh, the knight's coming to f4 here. Right, I'll try this now. Try and show a problem with the bishop. In fact, if I took, that's a b file, maybe bishop a6, bishop d3, just to try and go for the king there, actually. It's a defensive piece as well. But it's a good piece across this diagonal. It's annoying a bit. Knight g6 to somewhere is a concern, I guess. It is a concern. Alright, so if I just try and open this b file for a moment. Maybe queen a4 hits the knight. There is bishop. I'm missing bishop d3 now. I've played that. What about bishop a2? The thing is, if I ever take then that d5 square, and there's a pin there on f3, so I don't really want to give my opponent's queen too much. Okay, here. That's interesting. Can I not play for rook b1? Alright, I don't think I should mind the exchange of queens. So, although my opponent's got that attacking file, I've got an attacking file as well. There's a potential tempo game with rook b6 if I want to double rooks later. Okay, so let's see. Rook b6 is a potential tempo game. Well, the knight, I think, is going to move. Mind you, there's another possibility here, I think, of taking on c5. Maybe it's not so bad. Just for rook b6. Gives me rook b6. Okay, that's a tempo. Oh, there is knight e5. Oh, actually I didn't mean to lose the exchange. Oh dear. Oh, Gordon Bennett. Oh, cool. What am I doing? Yeah, of course this was part of the grand plan. Yeah, no, not necessarily. Although, okay, it's God. Double rocks, that isn't too menacing at the moment. I could play for this. I think b7 and rook b6. Mind you, no, rook b8. Knight d4. Maybe knight d4 immediately. Actually, I'm a bit concerned about rook h6. Let me just try and blunt rook h6 for a moment. Oh, there's knight d7. Alright, I'll try and get an exchange back. Alright, thanks for the game, Kaz. Yeah, that was tough. That was a tough one. Okay. The commutator. Right, yeah, that was a tough game, I gotta say. Okay, so I'm white. Let's move. Alright, so okay. So my opponent's very hyper modern. Double fianchetto. I might try for an f5 break. If I have a concrete break in mind, it shouldn't be that bad. I think the f5 one, so queen e1, queen h4, f5, or without b4, because this is kind of putting a lot of pressure on e4. So I think, yeah, queen e1, queen h4, f5 would give me bishop h6 later. This way, okay, I'm hoping e5 just to blunt the bishop. So let's see, knight d5, yeah, okay, queen e1. Now maybe with the idea, maybe bishop e4 or something, queen h4. Okay, knight, oh there's c4, but there's knight d6. So c4 looks scary, but knight d6, check. Alright. I can give my bishop e4 now, so but I'm attacking that one anyway. I'm wondering, bishop e4 could be a useful move in its own right, but there might be f5 later. I don't really want to have to play. Now bishop d3, c4, I can go back to e2. I think f5 is probably desirable for me to see on the board. I think that would further blunt the bishop, actually. If f5 is committed to, it would further blunt this bishop, maybe. Alright, can I actually sneak in bishop a5 as a threat here? So rook d8, bishop a5. Right. And now, sort of threatening knight g5. Aha. That extinguishes that one. It seems to be a good undermining move. Except I'll have knight g5 and knight e6. I'll wait for it. I'll wait for it. F takes knight g5, h6, knight e6. Yeah, it's guarding the g5 square really. F6. I don't think it's necessarily that's a good idea. So knight g5 threatens mate. h6, knight takes e6. Okay, so yeah, f takes knight g5 looks good, but in the meantime, what am I actually doing here? This knight, although it's pretty, it's a tactical liability in its own right. Potentially, it's should be regarded as double-edged to have a knight entrenched like this. It looks, it's only protected by the pawn anyway. And if I play, what about b4? Just to be able to play bishop c3 later. Not really sure. There's queen h3 as well, hitting e6. Actually, that's pretty tempting. Knight f5. Bishop f5. Let's have a look at this. Actually, knight f5. Yeah. I'm not convinced about this. Knight f5 looks fine. Dare I say it? Looks fine for the moment. Okay. Alright, I'll go for oh, my knight's hanging now, actually on d6. Gotta be careful. Maybe I should just do something about this d6 knight. If I take and then knight e4, that looks an idea. Hitting the rook, knight e4 to rescue it. That gives me knight g5. This one maybe to hit e6 as well as h7. That looks good. If I hit everything, f7, h7, e6, threatening queen h7, threatening rook e6, knight f7, knight e6. Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good turnout for the books. Yeah. Okay, if I take on f7, I think, yeah, I'll do this. And this. And then queen h7 or rook e6, something. Queen h7 or rook e6. Most of my pieces, yeah, weren't too bad in this game, so queen h7 threatens queen f7. That might be the best. Rather than rook e6, which allows queen e6. Just to be on the safer side of things, while that knight's still on g5, to make use of this queen f7. Because sometimes 2 rooks for the queen is annoying, more than annoying sometimes. 2 pieces for the queen can be a problem sometimes. But here, yeah, I think the rook e6 now is leading to queen g6, which might be bishop f6. Well, I'm happy about that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll go with this. And this. And check here. Just leave the pressure on. Alright, thanks for the game, commutator. Okay, Fanaman. So this is sort of playing like King's Engine style, which I think is quite easy to play. Just play for f5, f4 basically. I like having my f pawn and then g pawn potentially. If I get a pawn to f4, yeah, I'm happy with this generally. Shots down the bishop positioning at the moment. G5 knight g6 is improving dark square grip. I don't mind d5, makes it more like a King's Engine. Okay, I'll play this. Probably knight g6. It looks good. Yeah. I'm not too worried about bishop g4 at the moment. Sometimes that's bad in King's Engines. But here I can actually keep my bishop. I'll keep my bishop. Maybe f3 here. Just to disrupt the pawns, and then kick the knight without queen h5 being a threat. Then knight e5. Looks at f3 again. But of course he could put his knight on h2 when I kick it. Alright. Right, I'll keep f3, I think. If I take on h3, knight f3. And then there's knight d2 on bishop g2. Bishop g4, so probably knight h2, maybe just knight e5. With g4, that's interesting. Weaken some dark squares. Well, it's tempting to play bishop takes h3. Let's have a look at that again. Okay, I'll take it here. I'll just put this back. Maybe here for queen d7, for queen h3. The knight's guarding g2 though. Okay, so knight e5, queen d7, queen h3, king g1. Let's do this. Alright, put the knight back on e5, holding f3. If I go for queen h3, I'm threatening queen g2 now. If the knight goes back to e3, I think that's important. I can just use the h file, I think, if I move my king. For knight g4, hg4, with the threat of rook h8. I think it's safe enough here, although it looks provocative. So I want to play rook h8, knight g4 basically. Or there's a nice finish potentially with queen h2 and rook h8 mate. So takes, threatening queen h2, king takes, rook h8 mate. Okay, there's a mate here. Right, thanks for the game, Fenman. McTell. Okay, so I had some pretty tough skirmishes with McTell. Let's see what's happening. McTell, what's happening? I'm moved to experimentally. A friend recommended coconut milk. I've been having that. I've got that in coffee at the moment. I wonder if I can just play an open Sicilian. Let's see. Would it be that bad? I think c4 is the move here, even though I don't particularly enjoy playing Maroczy bind that all the time, Karpov style. But I think it's the way to go sometimes. I think this is safe enough at the moment. Got to watch out for b5s and d5s. And put the bishops on g1 and f1 just to look pretty aesthetically, as if that's the start position. It protects h2 actually. Alright, so it's up to him now. Does he want to play b5 or d5 at some point? I don't want to play a4 because that gives rise to knight d7, c5 hitting b3. I could try and torture d6. I want to do so in such a way which doesn't create too many weaknesses. Let's see actually. Or b6. Let's probe b6. There's a battery there ready for b6 with b6's name on it. It's still got b6's name on it. Does he play queen c5? You know what? I think he plays queen c5, but hold on. Knight a4? If I played knight a4, he took. He's got b5 then with my knight on a4. Let's take that a bit further. Okay, now I'll be hitting the rook. Hold on, I don't get that. I'll be hitting his rook after he took the queens off. Problem with knight a4 is bishop c6 later. I just say thanks for the pawn for a moment, but I don't want to. I want to tread with caution. I've just created active pieces. Gonna tread with caution here. Maybe double on d6. Oh, there's d6 could be the next target with knight b5 in mind. Forget about knight a4 for a moment. Knight b5. If rook d8, there's bishop b6, winning a5 potentially. think also knight c3, a4 to c5 using the pin. Okay, okay. That's kind of pinned at the moment, so I'll put more pressure on d5. Well, I thought it was pinned. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so there is something to the Moxie point. Alright, thanks, Victal. Yeah, it's not my usual style, but I thought, okay. Bit of variety. Let's try this cautionary gambit again. So this system is I would recommend it. Well, because I'm playing it, I recommend it. Given I'm playing it, I don't think it's too unsound when the cautionary gambit is, except this is a 3-minute game. Now with that, I'm just wondering to use the undermining facility of the H pawn. H5, G5 closes things. So let's see. Can I attempt any concession here? Concrete concession. Not yet, apparently. What about, yeah, if I play like this, because he's released the tension here, so I'm wondering about this position. Maybe I need to play for F5. Okay, I just have to bear in mind it's a 3-minute game though. The F5 break, I don't think H5 or G5 is doing anything. So he has got a sort of point. I believe. The King G2 might be a target on the diagonal to a knight sack or something. However, how do I arrange F4, F5? I really think H5, this position with G5 doesn't seem... Alright, I'm going to have to... I think I'll risk this. Okay. Maybe bishop F3 just to cover the diagonal later. So bishop F3, rook F1. Oh, he's going for my king a bit. Maybe he's taking that. He gives the C5 square. Is that worth it? I can play F5 here now, maybe. No, I don't want all my pawns to drop off that easily. Hold on. My centre could be collapsing totally. Is there a safer way to do F5 without too much controversy? What about H5 first? Well, this improving this knight. Okay, improving the rooks somehow to get the pieces at optimal before any committal pawn break like H5 and F5. How would I do that? Well, use the F file then. The F file's opened up. He hasn't got F5 square yet. What about, I can't put the bishop on that diagonal. Oh, okay. Okay. At least I didn't give him the F5 square on the bright side of this. Alright, I think I'm just gonna go in with this for a moment and sack a knight on G5, or a piece on G5 at the right moment. when he's not looking. Because I think my pawns are good here. Right. H7, concrete H7 here. Okay, F7. Alright, thanks for the game. Yeah, I think the pawns, one thing about the pawns, they were quite endgame ready. So that sack, for me, seemed dangerous at a practical level anyway. Shelling forward. Elwin counter gambit, it's kind of, or is it a bad version? Might be. Bad version for me, unfortunately. Didn't expect that. It's reminding me of something in another opening entirely in the Sicilian defence. I wonder if I can just do this. I have a naughty plan, I think. Bishop g4, castle queenside. Wow. Isn't that d takes? Queen takes. I'm going to go over queen here. I'm going to queen taking his rook. Aren't I? Queen takes, c takes, check. Take his rook, queen. Is that blunder? I don't think this is good. A takes. I just take on d1. Well, I didn't expect to get this. Okay. Bishop f5 looks dangerous. Oh, c takes. What about c2? Instead, he's got double pawns there. I get a tempo here. Any bishop d3 as knight b4. And castle queenside is what I wanted anyway. He's always got b5 for rook a7 though, so maybe that isn't that great. Maybe I should have taken this pawn when I had the chance. Probably should have taken this pawn. Was I worried about b takes or something? Is there rook b7? My a7 pawn is concerned. Oh, okay. Right, gotta do something. The rooks are not very good. Yeah, this is getting worse. It's blundering. Well, I don't know if it's called blundering. Its pressure was on. Not really blundering. Okay. But anyway, whatever. If bishop c3, knight e3. Okay, this pawn looks pretty terminal. Can't play f6. Makes things pretty bad. Rook c7 though. Yeah, I don't know. I think I messed up there. I think the position was. Let's have a look. I think it was too good to be true. Basically, I suspect it's like -3 or something horrible. This is just look. I don't know. Equal. Is this a line or something? Black is slightly better. Queen takes. I was thinking about c2. Yeah, I did think about c2. Maybe that, but it's only a small advantage for black. But yeah, it will be a much easier game to play. So well played anyway. But yeah, it wasn't -3 then. Okay, it was a small advantage, but c2 next time then if that happens again. Thanks. Johan Milbus. Yeah, I was kind of shocked a bit out of the opening. I gotta say, what happened there? But maybe it's not so bad. Yeah, I kind of maybe overestimated, and then found myself in lost position. Can I play c5 here? I'm hoping I can play c5. Well, I get this c5 square, but I have to watch out for knight b5. Oh, hang on, is knight e6? That's not too dangerous, I hope, at the moment. Knight e6. I think I'll play rook f7. Let's nudge this to get with tempo. This is a target on d6 here, so it gets that out of the way. Then maybe rook e8, just to solidify against knight e6 before it's right pain. Right here, I don't think it's too much of a killer blow. Right, now against knight e6. Okay. This e5 e4 is e5 e4. Is it too committal on the light squares? e5 e4. I don't know. If I put the rooks to the center for the moment, see what he does. Away from the target area, queen a8 potentially. Just don't like that either. But the problem is my light squares. How easy is it to exploit the light squares after e5? Alright, if it seems a bit, yeah, I'm not doing much at the moment. What about queen b6? Actually, there's an eye on h2 here. Let's increase the soft spots, potentially, which might mean e5, e4, and knight g4 later, or something, or even e3. Actually, this is tempting. I don't want an exchange of rooks necessarily. It's tempting, but am I just weakening myself? I wonder. There's bishop d4 is afforded here, sort of. Or e4, maybe just e4. If he took, okay, he's not yet winning a pawn there. Queen g3 is on c3. Does queen g3 actually do anything? What about rook e6? There's knight d4. b5 if takes, there's bishop f2 for queen c3. Alright, b5 is interesting. I don't know if it's any good necessarily. Trying to weaken the pawn chain. It seems a bit, yeah. Okay. Oh, hang on. There's bishop b8 here. This could be a good probe. And another one. E3, knight E3, knight D5. Hits C3. Bishop D4, knight E3, bishop E3. What about knight D5 immediately? To see how he reacts to E3. Because knight E3, FE, queen G3 is dangerous for white. If he plays bishop D4, I wonder about knight F4. G takes, queen takes, threatening queen H2. Right, E3 here is dangerous. Or is it knight takes, it takes my rook first. Queen takes, pawn takes, bishop G3 though, so I'll go with it for a moment. Because it's fracturing his pawns anyway. Even if it's not direct mate, it's causing a pawn island on E3. So knight takes, rook takes, queen takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. He's got a pawn island on E3. Okay, so I want to take on G3, I think. There's rook F1 to stop bishop F4. Rook D1, there's queen G5 anyway. I think queen G5 anyway. Coming up. Just got to watch out for my soft spot, G7. At the moment the queen's far away from a battery on G7. Rook F1, queen G5 for bishop E5 check. Or queen H4, there's queen G2. There's queen G2 anyway. Oh, there's rook E3. Okay, I'll go with this, queen G5. Queen G2, there's queen E3 check. Am I safe to take this? Rook D8, king H7. I think I'm safe to take on E3 with the rook or the queen. Right, there's a mate there on king F1, queen E1. Let's see this. He doesn't play king F1, queen E1. If I play this check anyway, it simplifies. That ending is not necessarily great. Why don't I just go for an attack instead? Bishop E1 after A3, and he's got a pass pawn there, forget it. How would I go for an attack here? Alright. Alright, let's not spend too long. Yeah, this pawn's dangerous. Right, he can't move his rook because of queen E1, surely. Can I play rook E4 to H4? Rook E4 to H4. Rook D7, queen. Alright, can I play this? He's got queen F3 coming up. No, queen F3, rook H3. Rook F3. Queen E1. Check. Looks annoying. Pin looks annoying. G4. G4 threat. Yeah. Pick out his queen here. Alright, thanks for the game, that was really interesting. Okay, Arta. That went all the way down the wire, as they say, down the wire. Sometimes I remember Adam's one of my favourite players playing c5 in Coracans, and it does lead to active pieces, king safety issues. This c5 doesn't seem to do that much on the surface, but it has a good thing for the pieces being active, I think. So f4, f5. Intriguing. Not sure about this. Hack attack. I can take over the king side here, surely. Knight f5, knight d5. Queen h4 is dangerous, or is it? There's bishop h3. So in that regard, I think bishop h3 and then queen h5 later. Any knight d4 I can take here, so I'm hoping this is okay to allow queen h4. Alright, so I haven't got queen h5. I haven't got queen h5. I've got queen g4. Bishop's on h5. Now let's see, knight d4. There's probably takes here. Alright, so queen g4. Queen g4. Alright, I'm hoping there isn't anything too dangerous about taking here. Put the knight back. Oh yeah, I want to kick this and then queen g4. Okay, I'll take that then. Right, that could be dangerous, yeah. I think there's knight e7 check, though, which might be good. Oh, okay. Right, I'll get rid of the queens. I could have taken the queen. Alright, I can mate here anyway. Okay. Thanks for the game, Arthur. Okay. Azure Mist. It was pretty classical position. I haven't castled yet. Yeah, I'm thinking about g5. I'm thinking about it's naughty, but I can't resist the idea of G5 for some reason. Spice the game up. Queen e7, knight h5 to f4, for example. Bishop d7, castle queenside. Make it an opposite side castling game. Yeah, queen e7, knight h5. If knight e5, knight e5, queen h5, bishop g4 traps the queen. I'll just prepare to castle queenside for a moment with this. There might be a d4 pretty soon. Right now here. I'm getting my knight f4. Oh, that protects the knight. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a blunder. Yeah, it looks like a blunder. This is a dream position now, with the H file opened up as compensation for me. Gonna get my king away from the centre though. G4, there's bishop f4. I don't know, what about f6 then? Just for queen h7. Well, the good news, he's got the piece back, but I don't know, it looks a bit dicey now. If I take here, and if I take away that escape square, that's going to be critical, isn't it? With a knight on d4, taking away one escape square is quite crucial for checkmating sometimes. Quite I can threaten mate. I can take away, well, the escape square has actually been taken, which leaves checkmate. Alright, thanks Azor, thanks. Now, premium only challenges, guys. There's a few non-premium. If you want to use my reference code, that'd be cool. There's a few non-premium challenges here. I'm just clearing out. Maxter. This isn't an ideal initiative position, I'm going to say. Oh well, didn't get much. Try and grind some sort of advantage out at some point, if possible. I wonder if E5 is I'll keep that tension. B4 is going to wreck my pawn. Little pawn over here. Pawn islands alert. B4. Alright, what about this? You can play B4 winning a piece now. I was thinking of sacking a piece like this for Queen H5 for a laugh. But yeah, I didn't see B4 would be hitting both of them. So I'm thinking F4 and Queen H5 with the idea of E5 later. This is probably unsound. Don't try this at home. Okay. So my idea is Queen H5, E5. On G6, Queen H6 is Bishop F8, Queen H4. Can I swing a rook? The beauty of not having played E5 is that I can sneak a rook in via the third rank here. Maybe I should do that now. Right, my rook's holding together C3 for a moment. There's knight D4. Rook F1 and F5. Knight E5, Queen H4. I think starts to get a little bit dangerous for him. So if I have... I don't think... What about F5 immediately? That might also be interesting. Yeah, I might be able to leave the rook. He's going to pin that pawn. Oh. And I can't do that because it takes and hits on my rook. Okay, he's going to pin that pawn. That's a shame. Get the rook off the firing line. That's interesting enough. I was on here. Do I get a chance for F5 or am I doomed? I get a shot for F5 or not? Oh no. Oh no, it didn't quite work. Yeah. Oops. Okay, yeah. Might have to play more conservatively next time. Alright. Sometimes these things don't work. it's kind of part of the. If you want to play in a fun way, you can expect to get bashed a bit. Yeah, that's part of it. Okay. Okay, so can I do this? Or maybe bishop d7. If I unpin for a moment, I don't think I mind the double pawns. If I put my queen on a7 here, castle queenside. Okay, I'll take the knight here, I think. Oh, if I castle and then rook g8, I'll be threatening rook g3 now. As well as rook h4, that looks pretty good. 2 pins there. I'll keep the bishop, I think. So I want to castle rook g8. Okay, oh, he's got knight b5. Or a5. I'll wait for bishop d4 there. Maybe that e5 square. Yeah, I think having a knight on e5, then knight d4, queen d4, knight f3. So basically, yeah, this position, I have knight e5, which indirectly defends the pawn. So knight takes, pawn takes, knight e2, knight e5. Any knight d4, queen takes, knight f3 check. So I want to play rook g8 in the meantime. I am giving up that dark square bishop, but yeah, I think rook g8 is pretty dangerous. I'm indirectly defending the pawn here. Well, there's just knight f3 in this case. Thanks for the game. Killer cat. Is Killer Cat around? Alright, let's go on to the next challenge swiftly. Another time then. Killer Cat. Okay. Nimzo lost an attack. So I usually put the bishop here. So the idea of taking, well, trying to hold it e5 together. So bishop e5, queen e7. If he castles here, I'll be wary of Greek gift type things. This can help stop c5, so that's useful not just for Finn Kettering or Finn Chattering, if you prefer. Yeah, I think Greek gift is too dangerous here, the way he's played it. I think he might have to parry bishop h2 with h3. It's that soft spot emphasis when the knight moves away from h2. Oh, he's encouraging me. He's encouraging me. Maybe this is unsound, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to go in with queen h4. It's going to be dangerous. Yeah, queen h4 looks mega dangerous to me. Bishop g3, queen h2. It's you got to watch out for these Greek gifts. The Greek gift sacrifice, I think, it's a very important mating pattern to be aware of with that bishop sack. Thanks so much, big boy. Subtle. I'll try maybe a king's gambit. Oh, that's a bit dodgy. Yeah. So I'll play it anyway. It is a bit dodgy. It can be really good sometimes. I don't know. I'm tempted. I was tempted for h3. I was thinking I'm not moving any pieces here. Okay, I'm tempted for f5. I'm hoping I've got enough grip on d5. If I have, I might have to give up the bishop, but it clamps d5 down if he ever takes. I take like this. So I'm wondering if bishop g5 becomes possible. Maybe here. I think queen e2. Oh, there's knight d4. No, knight d4 then queen g4. Knight f2, there's rook f1. Bishop f2, maybe king d2. This helps me castle queenside this tempo, I think. So let's see, knight d4 I take and then queen g4. Knight f2 I'm not so bothered about. Rook f1. Bishop f2, well, I want to manually castle queenside. He's got h6 there. Maybe there's h3 or h6 just before he has other torture things in mind. So h6, if I just manually castle queenside, we'll just play h3 here, just to double the pawns. Knight f2, rook f1. Just put h6 and knight e3. Now h6 here, maybe bishop e3. Right, there is also knight f6 idea here. That's a nice tempo, I think. Knight d5 for knight f6. And have king g7, maybe f6. And then rook f2 after. The knight's kind of stranded here. So I think I'll go with f6 and then rook f takes her. Because I want my queen on h4 anyway. So it's en route to h4. So queen h6 now. I think in this position queen h6 looks as though there's no defense. Alright, fence the game, Timmy. Philip. Okay, a tango. I like this tango. This used to be annoying, but I'm starting to play b6 here. Just to try and get that bishop exchange off anyway. Alright. This is a fast-paced game we're having. As long as I got h5. So I'm wondering queen b7, queen b4. There's queen a6 here. Is that any good? Going for the exchange of queens seems... it seems okay, but let's see what happens. Keep the queens on. If I hit this guy... What about king e7 to double rooks on the c4 here? Do I want to play c4 though? Maybe. maybe. Is that a cheapo rook b2? It's queen's. Is it a good move in its own right though? Queen a5. I don't think it loses because the rook can always go to a4. I don't know if it's a bit naughty to play this with either rook b2. Is that naughty? I don't know. I want to play king e7 and double the rooks. c3 looks plausible. a3 just, I think rook b2 and then queen d2. b3 is same thing. C takes rook b3, winning the queen unless he plays king c1. So c3, but that is weakening. So like, you know, maybe it's not such a bad thing. I can't see how he's attacking me. The bishop seems irrelevant here. The knights are holding up the fort here. c3, knight c3, rook b2, king b2, rook b8, queen c3 after. It looks really dangerous. Rook b2, rook b8, queen c3. I've got things like probably knight f4 later for knight e2. Alright, so this looks really dangerous, I believe, for white. Queen d2, queen a1, checkmate. Knight f4 looks good. Rook b2, rook a2 for rook a1 looks good. Any king d1, rook b1, king e2. There's knight f4. There's knight f4 here. Queen g7, rook b1 is mate. Let's take away that escape square. It threatens mate then. Rook b1 mate. I think the problem white had is it doesn't help me attack this stuff. I think I can slowly just play for rook b2, rook a2 here, unless there's anything quicker. Check, king d2, check. Yeah, because king, there's check there. Yeah, I think there's a series of checks here, which are very good. If I get to play queen e3, isn't there rook b1 after? Thanks for the game, Philip. Hellbop. Let's try a main. I don't like sometimes that Smith Morrow declined is not helping my cause some of the time, I have to say. Mind you, this, I don't know, isn't exactly critical. Very quick, very quick. Can I get away with g4? I need g6 later. Maybe I can discourage that again. Is he sacking on g4? Oh, he is. Alright, if I play rook g1 here. I want to play rook g3, king g2. Right, if I take on f5, and play if I take and then rook g3, and e4, there's rook g7. Can I just double the rooks? Oh, there's rook h5, king g2. It's a little bit dangerous. Mind you, king g2 to f1 and I'm back on g7. Alright, if I double the rooks here, as long as I don't get mated. And there might be knight e4 as a tactic. If I play knight g5. If I get rid of bishop, get rid of things. Oh. A bit passive, aren't I? Oh, this is dangerous. He's got 3 pawns for the knight. Maybe bishop d2. Bit dangerous looking. 3 pawns for a knight. Mind you, that splits up his pawns and gives me knight g5, knight h7. Can I get pawn back? No. No. Try and hold up g4 at least. I'm sort of hallucinating, I think, about holding up things when I'm not. Unless this is good to try and win f4. Can I go around here to try and play rook f8? Does that help or not really? Those pawns are getting dangerous. And my time is going. Is there knight g4 at least? Oh no, I've just blundered into that. Okay. Now I'm on the way out. Being on the way out here. Yeah, that was good pressure though. I must admit, it was good pressure. You collapsed. Well played. Well played. Whoa. Okay, on that tragic note, I'll end there. It's well played, yeah. Good one. Alright, have a good rest of the weekend, and see you next week. Okay. Thanks very much.